I'll tell you the truth.
Awesome. Well, we're here. Fearless Podcast, Season 1, Declare War on Fear. We have the one and only Pastor Jeremy Johnson and Brian Ortega.
Glad to be here.
Come on.
Finally with the man, the myth, the legend.
The legend right
my
here.
My brother, my younger brother.
Yep.
My younger brother who, I can beat down sometimes.
In all seriousness, they're going to agree.
Call you coach.
There could be some family lineage here. I mean,
yeah. I mean, if I'm Mexican deep down inside somewhere.
That's it, yeah. Brian, let me read this. Brian Martin Ortega. So the audience has a
Kingdom
bit of an idea.
lineage. Kingdom lineage.
That's what I meant,
sure.
of course. American professional mixed martial artist, first degree Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, which does not come easy. How long does that take?
A while.
A long time.
Especially,
a lifetime.
Yeah, especially with like the people who I'm with.
Yeah.
They're very traditional to the art.
Yeah, currently competing in the featherweight division of the UFC, a professional since 2010. Ortega has also competed in the RFA, where he was the featherweight champion as of July 18th, just last year, number 3 in the UFC featherweight rankings, and nicknamed T-City for his triangle choke. Should we do that right here on the table just to show them, or we? No?
As long as you're the one in the triangle.
No, I would be doing the choke, of course.
I can teach you, yeah.
Well, I think having Brian on here, it's kind of like the timing of the Lord for you to be on here tonight. We just had our men's Bible study, X18, our Thursday night, growing the Word. But a lot of people know Brian the fighter, and we'll talk about that. Yeah. But I think there's been a different fight in your spirit that's been happening in a war, really a war. And, recently you were able to give your life to the Lord and fully surrender your life to Him. And talk to us about that a little bit. Talk to us about, let's go right there.
Let's go right
beginning.
to it. Oh, man.
And we'll talk about the fighting, and I think a lot of people, we had a lot of fans out there that love what you do in the UFC and love what you've been able to do with your life. But, first time I DM'd you because you were coming to the church, and I invited you to conference, and I was just inviting different people, and I wanted to invite you, and then you said, "Well, I don't know if I'm coming to conference. I don't know what's conference," and you said, "Man, I need to meet with you."
Yeah.
And I thought maybe that meant a few weeks, and you were like, "No, today. Like, can we meet today or tomorrow or?" And drove up to your gym, and you told me the story of your journey, and maybe just share that with everybody. What kind of place you were in, why you needed to meet with me so quick, and then what God did.
I was in a dark place. Oh man, it got to the point where I don't know. I just didn't see a way out. Finally, it was a rough time. Yeah. Actually, that was the beginning of what started happening. But yeah, I buried one of my best friends. I broke up with this girl who I thought I was gonna be with for, the rest of my life. Had some other things, that I don't even know that I talked to you about,
Yeah.
And then buried 2 more friends after that. And I'm sitting here going through all this, and I'm like, man, I don't have an answer. I don't have a way out. And all I could do was just work out. And I wanted to come to church because that's when things felt okay for a little bit. But then, like I said, all this happened. I couldn't even make it over here. I didn't want to. And then you reached out to me, and then I was like, this is a sign. Like, if you're not coming to me, I'm going to come directly to you.
Yeah.
And you showed up to the gym, and that's where it began.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's finally where, honestly, I'm thankful and grateful that you did come, because I know a lot of people would never come. And for me to be in that place and to have you, the leader here running the show, come to me, it's something that I can't thank you enough. Like I'm grateful for that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that was a moment, man. It was, what's funny is that the night before, I had told you, the night before Brave, my son, who's 10, on the way home from soccer practice, he starts thinking a lot, and he goes, "Dad, I'm going to hell." I said, "Brave, what do you mean going to hell?" And he just had this like thing where he just needed God. I don't know what it was. It was just like he just knew he needed God. He needed God in his life. And so we went in his room, and I just said, "Lord, what do I do?" I felt like the Lord said, "Have him get on his knees and make me Lord of his life. Like, not just, forgive me of this, but invite me into the center of his life." And so we did that. And my son's, he's not the first to come down and worship and the first to show emotion, but he got down on his knees and he just went after God. And it was a moment that we have from that night before. And then the next day I'm with you and I'm in the gym and you're telling me the story, and I just hear the Lord say, tell this guy. I mean, I don't know you that good at that point.
You don't even know me at all.
I don't know you at all. I don't know you at all, man. You just came to my church. You invited me to the gym. I think you were surprised that I showed up in workout clothes.
Yeah, I was.
And you thought I was going to show up in my priest outfit.
I thought you were going to show up in clothes. I was like, well, is he going to work out with us?
And I just hear the Lord say, have him do what Brave did. Mm. And so I just told you, and so you did. You didn't resist. You just said, all right. So we got down on your knees in the middle of your gym. I mean, that was your gym. Everyone's looking to you. You're the guy in there. This is where you train. This is where people look up to you. And you got down, and your friend got down with you, and he didn't even know what was going on. He's just like trying to figure out what's happening.
Richard.
That was the beginning.
That was
of,
the beginning
of the journey.
Yeah, and so yeah, I got. I mean, to make it short, I experienced loss, I experienced heartbreak, I experienced betrayal. After that, people who I was with for 18 years shared my loyalty with. If they went to war with 10, I'm there by their side no matter what. Helped them out through hard times. I mean, you name it, man. And I got betrayed. So it just kept raining. And then after that, I was angry, but yet, yeah, I was angry. And kept working out. Finally, I came to conference, and that was like a rest. It was like rest for me.
Yeah, you wouldn't leave. You wouldn't leave. You kept coming.
I didn't want to go. I didn't want to leave because everything outside everything outside was chaotic, and even in my mind, I didn't have peace. I had nothing. Like I didn't even know what to do with myself. I don't even know how to explain it. It's just desperate.
Yeah,
I'm desperate, man. I was desperate for something, some sort of relief, something, and I refused to go and go back to drugs and go back to drinking, and I refused that. So I was in a situation where I'm tired of running and I'm tired of numbing it. And facing it right now, it feels like you surf, right?
Yeah.
It feels like I'm in the washer machine and I can't, and then it's just like I got hit by something big that I can't come up.
Yeah.
And you think you're gonna pop up, and then it's like, no, I'm still down here. Yeah. Or a second one hits you, right?
Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
I'm trying to grasp for air and I can't. And I have no idea what to do. And conference, I felt good.
Yeah.
I take pride off being someone who handles what he has to handle. Traditional Mexican, you won't see me break down and cry. You won't see me this. I hold it on my kids at that time until recently. Like, they've only seen me maybe cry once, let alone my family, anyone. I always said I thug it out. That was it. Not when I came to conference, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I came here and
You were running to the altar.
I couldn't stop crying. Like, everything. I feel like
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's good.
This
Had to
all
come
this
out.
Come out.
Yeah.
From I mean, you name it, man. All these things that I experienced and that I went through. It was a release, and not even that. I felt comforted.
Yeah.
I felt comforted, and to know that I'm not like the only one.
Yeah.
And I could see, because I feel pain, I see it, and I see it in these people's eyes too, and it's like, man, we're all going through something.
Yeah.
Like, we're all here. Like, hey, Dad, that's what it feels like, Dad.
Yeah.
Like, we need you.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I'm done doing this on my own, because I've always done it on my own. And I tell people, like, I hit every brick wall you can probably think of, trying to come up or trying to anything. So I felt good here. I felt happy. I felt peace. I didn't feel none of this.
Yeah.
And if anything, I was learning. I was observing everything. And
Yeah, I think.
bro, like, you guys were closing down. I was like, all right, I'll leave.
Yeah, we're like turning off the lights. Like, is he gonna go? No, I'm just.
I was that guy, man.
Then the Sunday you get baptized.
Yeah.
Well, then the second day of
Yeah.
conference, then I brought like 15 people
Yeah,
with
you
me.
did. Your
I
mom.
brought my whole family.
your
I brought,
dad.
I brought
Yeah.
everyone with me, and they're like, why? I was like, I don't know, but if I'm inviting you somewhere, if I'm inviting you to church, that's how you know things
Yeah,
are crazy. Because I've never done that. Like, they've always been inviting me to church for a long time.
Switch it up. Yeah.
Because that's another subject, but like, my whole family hit rock bottom. And everyone went to Christ. Everyone got baptized. Everyone except me. And I was stuck in this mentality of, like, you guys are traitors. Like, we were Catholic, you know, like, you guys got soft. Or, you know, I had this negative thing about it. And I maybe also took pride on being like, I'm the black sheep of the family too. So for me to be inviting you guys to church, they didn't hesitate. Everyone jumped in the car.
Yeah.
They're like,
We've been waiting.
We've been waiting.
We've been
like,
praying for this
We've been
day.
waiting like 15 years for this.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You mentioned that mindset and perspective of thugging it out, and I think, right, especially as a fighter, you even mentioned this word soft a couple times, right? Your perspective has to be so rock hard, just like, I'm not a quitter, I'm not soft,
Yeah.
thug it out. How do you feel like that's shifted even the perspective of what having boys who are able to see you break yet be rebuilt through your faith, and not just have to push through this like mindset of I'm always good all the time and I'm gonna fight my way through it?
That happened the second day. Because
Yeah.
we went to the altar, and then the pastor said, or a guest speaker, and
Yeah.
he said something. He said, he goes, so God's telling me there's a couple of you who experience something right now. And he named it. And I was like, I know he's talking to me, but I'm not going to go up. I was like, I'm not going to let my kids see, you know, like, know this about me and things like that. And I see Jeremy up there, like, he's talking to you, get up here. And I was like, He's like, come on, get up here. I was like, not going to happen, brother. Like, I go, look at who's to my left and right. And he's like, that's why you got to do it.
Yeah, that's real.
And 9 out of 10 times, I would disagree with you.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, you have your opinion, I have mine. I'm gonna stick to mine. Like, I'm not gonna show something in front of these kids. And I don't know why, but it was almost like you're right. And I went up there, and you know, put our heads down when we started praying, and at that time I wanted to feel like a fatherly hug or love, and I got it. I felt like I was being hugged. I felt love, and then I feel like little arms around me, and I look at my arms and it's my kids.
They came up on stage.
They came up on stage while I'm breaking down. I'm crying. And they've never seen this out of me. They've seen nothing but I would say bad example, right? Me fighting in the streets, me in front of them, me being aggressive, me being this solid person that I thought I was, right? It was like, we're just warriors. This is what we do.
Yeah.
And there were, and I don't know what I explained, but I never felt so loved.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I'm special. Like, I'm seeing it and I'm feeling it.
Yeah.
And I believe it finally. And that, like I said, that whole conference changed me, man.
Yeah.
It changed me. 3 days being here changed me. The third day I came, I didn't want to leave. We had the pop-up thing upstairs too. Like I didn't want to leave here.
Yeah.
Had you said I could spend the night, I probably would have.
Right here.
We might have needed you
like,
to
I'm
just
just-
guard
yeah.
the place, you know.
If
Next
you
time.
told me like go on that bench, I got a pillow and a blanket, like I'm in.
Yeah. That's the presence of God, man. It's like it came through a conference, but you were experiencing the presence of God.
Yeah.
And you still do at times, but there's those special moments where God just kind of peels back the curtain, and he's like, you experience him so much more, and then he calls for a pursuit. You know, he says, I want you to want that again. I want you to desire that. You know, and I think you're on that journey. You know, you're just on that journey of how does this. And the first day I was with you, we were eating lunch.
Oh, man.
And a guy walked up to get his autograph, and then the guy left, and then he pulls back his hand, and there's like he has a knife like ready, you know, and I'm like, bro, like what are you doing? He's like, well, he came up fast, you know, and I was just ready, and he goes, but he was a fan, so good thing, you know. So I'm like, dude, you are Peter. You are literally Peter, like with his sword, ready to, you know. But you know, he grew up in the streets, grew up, you know, you know, it's a whole world. So, you know, that salvation process.
And the thing is I don't just do that, you know. Like,
Yeah, I'm like
does.
trying to
He's
see
like,
right
Yeah, he does.
now.
Watch out. He might.
Yeah, let me just keep your hands up here.
He
if you
knows.
could,
He
you
knew
know.
where we're at.
Yeah.
I probably didn't know where we're at. I
I knew where we're at, you know. And this guy's outfit was he looked banged out.
Yeah.
And I through my past and stuff like that, I have issues with certain individuals from some areas.
Sure.
Yeah.
For the most part, everything's washed up and we're good, but there's still certain individuals.
Yeah.
So I see him look at me and pace back and forth. I said, all right, it's gonna happen. And knowing my life at that time, I said it would happen with like, I'm trying to do good.
Yeah.
Like when we sat down to eat after training, we got the pastor here, and I'm like, I go, he's about to see this side of me and just walk away and never talk to me.
Can we just picture for a moment? He comes up quickly, but just asks for your autograph. But you've already pulled the knife. I mean,
he looked,
at that point, it's
I saw him pacing back and forth, and he was looking, and he had this look to him. I said, all right, it's already. I took it out already. I had it. You know.
Yeah.
The way I was taught, you just be ready.
Just
That's
be
it.
ready.
You don't know.
Yeah.
And then he came up. He's like, "Hey, Brian," and I was like, "What's up?"
even the way you said that right there, it's
Yeah.
just, you know.
Oh,
You
Seemed
were
off.
ready.
Hey, Brian.
No, but it's like, what's
Yeah,
up?
yeah.
Well, because he said it right.
Yeah.
Like, and I said, "What's up?" He's like, "Oh man, I'm a fan." And then it's like,
Yeah, no, for sure. Let me put this away
cool,
real
man.
quick.
Like relief.
Relief.
And I had
Hey,
it
bro.
there, but I moved it, and I
Who
shook
knows?
his hand, and then we took photos, and then after that, I was like, I had this thing in my hand the whole time.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, God's been working on you, man. Slowly, and you know what? You grew up in that. I mean, even you
yeah,
talked to me
that's
about.
what it is, man. People don't realize they
Yeah.
think. I come from a world where things happen like this.
Yeah.
And if you're not ready, you don't. There's no do-overs.
Yeah.
The price is your life. So
And you still live in the very area you grew up.
I still
in.
live. Yeah, I still live there.
Yeah.
Bought a nice big.
Yeah.
You know, in the area, similar
Yeah.
still, but Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you're very about your city, your neighborhood, and raising up your family.
Yeah.
And it's been cool to watch. Our sons hang out together a lot. It's been cool to have them be friends and have them have their dad back.
Yeah,
And,
for real.
You had said something to me. There was like a season where you said you were like that movie Remote Control or Click. There we go.
Yeah, my movie. Yeah.
Where you were fast forwarding life, and it was like God gave you a second chance to hit pause.
Yeah.
And actually be in your life. Tell us what that's been like, man. Being a dad, getting a second chance with your boys.
Well, like I said, when part of what I was going through was even with my kids. One thing that hurt, or that just put things into perspective for me where I'm at with them, is when my kid told me they both didn't want anything to do with me. They didn't want to spend the night with me. They didn't want to be with me. They wanted nothing to do they wanted nothing with me. To the point where I try to force my son, like, here, I'm your father. You're gonna spend time with me whether you like it or not. And he looked me in my face and was like, I effing hate you. And this is a little kid who you see, it's somehow speaking in there, is it all this hurt that I've caused? And I said, all right, cool, man. I said, you know what? You can express yourself. That's cool. I said, I left. But the movie Click resonates because that's what my life has felt like, where I was selfish, would fast forward through everything you can think of. If things weren't going good, I'd just take off. I'm on an island somewhere, like very, very selfish.
Yeah.
Because in my opinion at that time was I worked for this. And I wasn't on the best terms with their mother. I was like, you want a free trip? I go, you work. I had my mindset was wrong. Versus, than how I see things now. So I don't, a lot of parts I don't remember being in their life.
Yeah.
I know that I would leave for 3 months, be in a training house by myself, train, and then I would come back and I would win a fight, and then everyone wants a piece of you. So then I would go travel and do meet and greets and do this and do that. And then by the time I do get home, now I want to make up for lost time because I was trapped for 3 months. So I didn't get to party. I didn't get to drink. I didn't get to hang out with my friends. I didn't get to go surf. I didn't get to do anything. So then everything else came except for that. They came in last.
Yeah.
I gave them my spare time. And it's sad, even it's saying it sounds bad, but that's the reality. That's the truth.
Yeah.
And they felt it, man. Over time, everyone disassociates with you. I just was known as the provider, the man. The heart is the tough guy, and he's the provider, and that's it.
Yeah.
And at the time, that's kind of what I wanted. I said, I'm your father, and that's it. We're not friends. We're not this. I don't chase you. I provide for you, and that's it. That's my job.
Yeah.
Little did I understand about fathering.
Yeah.
And like I said, man, 9 years passed by like that. And I have no idea who my kids are. I have no idea what their favorite color is. I spend time with them. I hang out with them. But it's even like on autopilot. You know what they call it. And that's what the movie Click. Like through the argument, he's in there like.
Yeah.
But my mind is somewhere else. Yeah. And I'm with my kids, but my mind was like party here, this. Oh, this girl texted me, or this or this. I was never there. I was never present. And it wasn't until recently, I got baptized and I started working towards. And you told me, you said, don't change that mentality. I remember you told me, chase your kid. They're worth it. Like chase them. Don't like kill that aspect of you. And I did. I started chasing them. Hey, what's up, guys? I don't care. Hey, man, I got you guys this. Hey, like desperate, right? Like, hey, what?
Sure.
To the point, like, all right, they'll hang out with me. And then, hey, I was with them for, the whole day, but they don't want to spend the night with me, take them back to their moms. It just got bad.
Yeah.
And then it took me a while to it's been taking me a while. It's taken me this whole year, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm still working on it. I can't tell you it's perfect.
Yeah.
But I could tell you they actually see me and I see them now. and that's where it feels like I don't know if you remember the movie or not, but it comes to where he's dying.
It's at the end.
Yeah.
He'd do anything for those
he's
moments,
regretting
yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
I felt that. I was like, bro, like, I regret everything I've ever did now. I chased the money. I chased the fame, everything. And to get to the mountain, and I got everything I wanted. I have different homes. I have about 8 cars. I have all this. But I'm by myself. Big old empty box. And all I could tell myself, and I did tell myself, was like, and I would look almost like in the mirror, like, congratulations, you effing loser. Like, you got what you wanted. This is what it feels like. And I was like, I don't want this.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll gladly be poor living in my mom's back house if I could just have my family back.
Yeah.
That, you know, like, that's where, like, true richness comes from.
Yeah.
And it's been taking me this long to actually snap out. And that's what I've been working on. My son now doesn't want to leave my house. The last 3 weeks, they both spend it with me.
It's awesome.
They don't want to leave my sight now.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, we went shopping, you know, yesterday. I got him dope outfits for school. I took him to school this morning. Like, everything now everyone comes secondary. That's the switch that happened. Was like, yo, bro, party this, come, so-and-so's gonna be here, this and that. And my son goes, Dad, let's go play Fortnite and like have a movie night. I go, yo, forget that party, bro. I'm gonna be here. And I have more fun being here now than I don't even think about outside. I'm not like, man, I'm missing out on this. There's not, that feeling of missing out doesn't exist anymore. I'm like, I'm catching up.
Yeah.
I'm here now. And I'd rather be here than anywhere else. And I've been doing everything to give them the best life that I said I was gonna give them.
Yeah.
Because I lied. I said, I'm doing all this for you guys, but it was like, no, I wasn't. I made all this money, I didn't take them anywhere. I didn't spend no quality time, no vacation, no nothing. And now I'm like, bro, like, guys, let's go to the LA Galaxy games. Let's go to SoFi, front, like, seats that I don't know anything about soccer, but these are great seats.
Yeah.
I know that. It's like courtside, or, you know, and they're there watching them, you know, and I got to experience that with you, where it felt, that's even being there. That's why, I don't know if you noticed, I gave you and everyone my seat, because
you were in the back.
Because I like watching.
Yeah.
Because it was, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I needed this. I wanted this.
Yeah.
And I got it.
Yeah.
To see all you guys in there just.
Yeah, it was your second chance that God gave you.
Yeah. And I'm doing my best not to ruin it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I think something, Pastor, that you've taught me so well is the reality of God being a God of second chances, like, and how he never wastes our pain, but also he restores the time. You know, in the movie you're talking about, he's kind of at the end. And even though you felt like that, the reality is it's not the end for you.
Yeah.
And even in this short time, what God's done in your family is just unrecognizable. I would have never known. I was like, dude, your kids love you. I mean, I don't know that side of it, you know? You're saying he said that. I'm like, all I see is them just wanting to be around you and be next to you. Pastor, how do you even just kind of voice that to people who feel they're at that place of like kind of too far gone, like you're saying,
you know, here's Brian's story. You know, you're hearing his story. This is the first time he's really ever sharing it live, you know, and probably even nervous to share it, you know, like usually this is not the usual conversation that he has, the usual questions he gets asked, but this is the fight. This is the fight he was in. This is the actual fight that I mean, the world hasn't seen while you've seen. Where's Brian? What's he doing right now? You know, when we go to different events, people, your fans will come up and say, "What's next, man? When you coming back? And we can talk a lot about all the shoulder surgeries and all the things that God's just like, all right, I'm taking you all the way to the bottom, and you've come out a champion. And the proof, the trophy is the look in your kids' eyes that they have a dad. They're more proud to have a dad than than the featherweight champion of the world.
Yeah.
And because of that, and I think I've heard you say a few times to people as they ask, you know, people that are around, as they ask, where are you at? When are you coming back? And something you'll tell them is, I had this right, but I didn't have this right.
Yeah.
And I've got this right now, and I'm coming back, and I know you're training right now. I mean, you're going crazy. I got you to X18 tonight, but it was only after training. Take a shower real quick, get here, you know, and in between family time, which is the right fight to be fighting for. But you know, what would you say to someone out there right now, Brian, that is at that place where they've been fast forwarding, and they're like, man, I don't know, I don't deserve a second chance. I mean, something that you've brought up a few times is, you know that thing that I went through. Well, that thing was thinking about taking your life. And you know, that's not something that we share often, but there's someone out there, maybe even right now, watching this podcast, that maybe is right now has prepared to take their life, or is thinking about taking their life because they think they've messed it all up and it's the end. And what would you say to that person right now, you know, in the camera right here? Just what would you say to them about the God of second chances?
I would say come to God.
Yeah.
Like get to know who your dad is. And it's not about if you deserve the second chance, is they need that chance. It's almost like stop being selfish. And I know that's not the right thing to try to say someone who's down, but it's like that is selfish. You have a lot of people who depend on you, who at that time right now, when it gets dark and you can't see nothing, that's when you feel like there's nothing left. When you feel unnoticed, unrecognized, you feel like a ghost already. And your mind starts to play tricks with you, and you start to it doesn't matter. Like, for me, it was like, I'm good leaving. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't need this anymore. I have money I left behind. They won't be poor like I was, and that's it. And as time passes by, all you have to do is just weather that storm. Like, that storm is a liar. That storm is fake. And it's not worth it to the damage you're going to cause to yourself and to others when you leave.
Yeah.
And if you can't do it for yourself, do it for others. And if you can't do it for anyone else, just don't do it.
Yeah.
Just, I promise you, if you wait it out, you're going to be all right. And don't, to me, it's like, that's why I make it, like, it's a priority to come here. Because I know, like, if I detach from the source, I'm gone. I know that.
Yeah.
Like, the type of world I live, it'll eat me up alive. The way I live my life, the way I like to do things, and the people that I know. So it's find friends, find family. That's great, but really, like, find God.
Yeah.
Because everyone's gonna let you down.
Totally.
No one's gonna be the exact person that you want them to be. No one's going to love you the way you want to be loved. No one's going to be able to fully understand you. Every situation is different. But the one who made you, like, he gets you.
And that leads me to
and
the
you
thought.
you don't sound crazy talking to yourself either. Like, because I remember being in my house alone, walking, just talking to myself.
Yeah.
But, like, talking to him, right? Having conversations.
Take us to that night when your dad showed up on the beach.
Oh man, you're about to make me cry, bro.
Take us to that night, because that's when, you know, you're talking to God.
Recently,
you learn to talk to Him, and here you are. You got a fight finally, right? And it was booked.
So
tell us.
So I said, fast forward. I had 3 surgeries now. I had my shoulder. I picked myself back up from all that and from everything that I was going through. Not myself.
Yeah.
Right. God helped me. God gave me the power to pick myself back up and the vision to do it the right way this time.
Yeah.
Then my elbow gets messed up and I have surgery on my elbow. 3 days later, I refused to listen and I'm working out even through the pain. Because I don't want to lose my momentum. Because once you're injured, you have to stop doing everything for 2 months, 3 months. That's enough time for you to get out of shape. Your body is a little traitor. You know, it takes everything you want. Like when you work it out, it takes so long to get the results, and just like that, like 1 week you lose it. Like your body's a traitor.
You're telling
me,
bro.
It doesn't remember all the good things you did for it.
Why don't you remember this?
So yeah, I had shoulder recovered. All this happened. I'm going through it. Then I have my elbow. Fixed the elbow. I'm still training through the pain, through stitches in my elbow still at that time. And then a week later, I had my other elbow surgery. So now I'm shoulder, elbow, and I'm starting to feel defeated, and I'm starting to say, what's going on, man? Like I'm not supposed to talk to you, but like this, but I'm coming to church. I'm doing.
I got this fight coming up.
I'm walking a fine line, but I didn't even have the fight lined up at that point.
Yeah, you just were feeling one thing after another.
And then I finally recovered through all this, 3 surgeries, everything. Like I'm picking up my steam again, and I see what feels like the light at the end of the tunnel. Volkanovski versus Yair needs a replacement fight. There's another main event fight that one was in July and another one's in September. I was in shape. I was ready to go. I took the fight to be the replacement fight, which means I would have to go to Vegas, make weight, and if something happened, I'm gonna fight for the belt. And I was like, this is my shot, because Yair is known for but he pulls out consistently. So I said, here we go. Like, this is my shot. This is what you're telling me. This is where you're guiding me at. Yeah. Because it's you who brought this to me.
Yeah, I felt like the Lord.
Yeah. And it was like the fight. This guy's gonna pull out. I'm gonna fight this guy now, and I'm gonna beat him, and I'm gonna be the world champ. And I'm like closer to God. Things are gonna go good. Sure, Brian. We'll send you the contract for this fight and for another one that we want you to main event in September. I said, perfect. Thank you, God. I went through this and I'm good. But first, we need you to get an MRI just to make sure where you're at. So you get your MRI results and the contract all together, and let's get to work. The next day happens. I did a training session, and I get a phone call from my manager. Maybe I'm hoping that he's talking about, hey, man, I got you more money, or, something positive. Because it's starting to feel like everything's positive. Get a call back saying, your fight's off and you need to go to surgery now. In the middle of the gym. What are you talking about? Stop. Be quiet, shut up. What are you talking about? I feel great. You tore your shoulder again. Really? All right. And I had a little moment in the corner. I walked to the corner, and I was trying to do my best just not to I don't express the way I was feeling. Yeah. I didn't tell anyone. You
didn't even tell me.
I didn't tell no one. I broke down in my car. My friend Mike Safai called me, my coach or trainer, strength and conditioning coach, happened to call me. I'm like, hey, what's up, man? This and that. I go, I'm just kind of going through it. And he came to the house, and he was like, hey, bro. And I'm like, yeah, man. So this happened again. And he's like, dude, we have to start already planning now for your comeback. He said nothing but great things. And it was positive things, but it was like, bro, you don't understand how I'm feeling right now. I'm crushed. I'm crushed. I don't know how long this is gonna take. I don't know. Like, I just want to go back to doing what I love to do, and that's fighting. I love to fight. I love to entertain people. I love being in there. I feel free. I feel like that's a purpose of mine.
Yeah.
And to not have it and to have it pulled so many times and through my body this way, it was. And like I said, to add to everything that's been happening.
Yeah.
I was just like, I thought things get better when I come to you. So far, it's gotten worse. And I go to the beach, and finally by myself, and I start crying. I broke down. I broke down. And I remember saying, I'm not mad at you. I love you. I don't know why you're doing this, but I'm still here, and I'm not leaving nowhere, and I'm still gonna be faithful to you. And I broke down. And I don't know that feeling, but I felt alone. I felt like I don't have nowhere to go to. I'm not gonna call anyone. I'm not, I'm alone. This whole thing going through all this, and I've been thugging it out, and I've been doing this, but like, come on, man. And I wanted to feel loved, like that feeling that I got here. I just wanted to feel hugged. I wanted to feel hugged again. Yeah. And probably like 1 a.m. And so I'm in front of the beach crying. I don't know what to do. I'm contemplating, like, do I want to pick myself back up to fight? Like, do I even want to, is it worth fighting anymore? Like,
yeah, do I want to go through
my mind's going through so much. Is this you telling me I'm done? Yeah, what is this? And I said, I'm not supposed to do this because like 2 lessons ago, they told us that's not the way God works, but I'm going to do it anyways. I said, if you hear me and if you're real, I said, send someone here. I don't care who, I don't care if it's a stranger and gives me a hug right now, I'll take it. And out of nowhere, I heard a voice. It said my name. It said Brian. And I look over, and it's my dad. And I said, thank you. He hugged me. Cried more. And I just said thank you. At this point, I don't know where I'm going, but the fact that I know you're real.
Yeah.
Because my dad wakes up at 4 a.m. to go to work. This man has my location, and I don't know, he knew something was wrong. And drove from 20 minutes, walked all the way down to the beach just to find me. Like, yeah, I needed that. And I think he did too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I felt, I don't like to say I'm a quitter, but I was just, man, I'm going through it.
Tired.
Yeah, I was tired.
Yeah. Reminds me of that moment where Jesus gets done fighting the enemy, and it says he's with wild beasts, and God sends angels, to minister to him. It's like God sent an angel in your dad to just find you, and that it was so random. It couldn't have been anything but God.
Yeah.
And your dad's a man of God, you know. First part of your life, you didn't see that, but then he gave his life to Christ and tried to show you a new path. And how cool was it that it was your dad, that Father God sent your dad to just remind you you're not done. I see you. I know you're in pain. Like, I love that God he could rescue us out of pain, but he rescues us in it.
Yeah.
He meets us in our pain.
Yeah.
And I know you've just kind of said you've tapped out in a sense to God. You've like surrendered to Him.
Done.
You know, you just said, "All right,
You got the ultimate submission.
You got me in the T-City hold."
Not even the Gracies can get out of this one.
Not even the Gracies can get out of this one. I mean, this is like, it's you've become, God's wrestling you. He's wrestled you down to get that. You know, there's that thing we played when we were a kid, right? Where you put your hands like this and you push, and then someone cries mercy.
Yeah.
You know, and it's that mercy of God. Like, God, I need your mercy. I need your mercy because I don't understand, but that, all right, God, like you know, and you had to have that moment to know how real He is. You had to walk through the lowest moment of just like, I'm done, to know He met you there. And that's like when David said, you prepare a table in the presence of my enemies. He has this place for you to sit down. And I love it, man. Thank you for sharing, bro. Yeah. I know that was, you know, you're probably not on many podcasts where you're tearing up.
No,
and in the comments section, if you come after him, he will find you, and he will come after you, because those tears are short-lived.
No, but you know what? I'm at a point where I don't care.
Yeah,
you know,
who cares?
This is my reality.
This is me.
This is me.
And you know what, bro? This is their reality. This is a lot of people's reality.
Yeah.
You know, that it's hard to admit as men when we have pain and we feel helpless, because we're taught to just bow up and just
tell me. Even when my dad was there, like, I was. At this point, it's pointless because I'm already crying. But I'm just going through it, man. But I'm gonna be all right. And he's just like hugging me, like, I start crying. I'm like, but I don't know what to do.
God help me. That's amazing.
And
man.
then I said,
I bet your dad loved that moment.
Yeah,
you know,
I still haven't asked him. But
he just kind of moved on. You're not gonna move on.
Bringing it up now.
Bring it up. Yeah, it might be a little too late. Yeah. That never happened. Happened. We just.
I'll tell you what, I'm happy that I have him.
Yeah.
On multiple occasions, you know.
Yeah.
But besides him, I know the brains of the operation is my mother.
Yeah.
You know, and she's someone that doesn't really get, I believe, the credit she deserves. Because if there's times where my father showed up for me, it's because she forced him to. So. I haven't asked him. I don't think I probably will, but
yeah,
I know for that moment, feeling alone and like I have no one, just to have someone.
Yeah,
like I said, I was ready to take a hug from a stranger. Like, I was hoping, actually, that I was like, he's gonna send someone walking by in the middle of the night and just.
Yeah.
I thought maybe that's what you're gonna say.
That's what you were looking for. And then he sends your
dad. Yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing, bro. Well, if I ever see your location that you share with me on the beach, I'm going to come chase you down.
Yeah, I'm going to hug
you. Just come give you a hug.
Now you know.
I want to be in the next story.
Now you know my escapes.
Yeah, you know, the beach is a place I often go to. But hey, enough of these moments. Let's get to some of the fighting. Let's pull you out of this pit. Let's get to some of the butt kicking. Let's just call it butt kicking. You know,
well, one thing I do want to say, because it came up to me in there actually when we were talking about homeboy's mom who was blind.
X18.
Yeah, this thought went through my head. It's like, yeah, I'm in a dark place, and I was trying to see, but he put me dark because he didn't want me to see anymore. He wanted me to feel. And no matter what, like my eyes closed, I felt love. I felt the embrace from my kids. I felt the love from my father. I felt the love from people I didn't feel like I even deserved their love. And although it's still, for a while after that, it was very dark, that's kind of when I told you, like, I submitted. Like, I'm gonna walk through this fire, I'm gonna walk through this darkness, I'm gonna walk through all this, but I know I'm gonna be all right. I know I got people. I experienced the value of family. Like to a degree I didn't think I was able to ever comprehend that. And that's something that I want to let people know, where it's just because you can't see, like, it doesn't matter what these things are, just keep going forward.
Yeah.
Even if you can't see, even if it's going back, what, like,
God takes away your eyes. He's trying to give you a different sense. It's like those people that can't see with their eyes. They can hear greater. They can feel greater.
Yeah.
You know, we take for granted some of our senses because we can see.
Yeah.
So it's like God takes away that, it's too dark, so that you can move slow.
And that's what it
experience
was.
something new.
And I just talked to this with someone. They said I know why that last surgery happened. They go, because you were about to go up and you weren't ready yet. They go, look at these last 3 weeks, how you been with your children. Look at these last. He goes, because this just happened.
Wow.
They said, had you fought in July, you would have been busy all right now for September. You would be back in grind mode, and you would have lost this.
Yeah.
Right as if it was, right as it's about to happen. And now I have it. And I love it. And like I told you, I don't picture myself going out to the gym without my kids. If I'm in training camp, you guys are in training camp, but we're a unit now. We suffer together. There's no more me and you guys. There's us.
It's good.
Yeah, the Ortegas.
Yeah.
Just like the Gracies, right?
Yeah.
The Ortegas.
And
that's awesome.
But yeah, just want to share that because it was in my head.
Something you mentioned that you kind of touched on, Pastor. I think it's so key that, and I want kind of even maybe for you to share on it, Pastor, this thought that, like, really two of those kind of major moments in those encounters with God, one being at the beach, one being at the gym, and of course having some of those encounters even here in a church setting. I know for you, Pastor, one of the most just pivotal moments is on the railroad tracks where your friend took his life, are not in a church setting. And how do you feel like people can sometimes limit what God could do? Like, I'm not ready to re-enter a church. I'm not ready to kind of step back in. And when I get right, when I get good, when I'm sinless, then I'll go. But these moments are all outside of the walls of a church. Yeah. Like, how does that
God will meet you in the most unlikely places. Yeah. You know, he did his, he didn't do his, Jesus didn't come and die in a cathedral between two candles. Yeah. He died on a hill called Golgotha, place of the skull where sinners mocked and soldiers gambled for his clothes. Christians ran. I mean, God is not afraid to meet you anywhere. Yeah. And hopefully he's meeting someone through this podcast. Yeah. Right now. So. And those moments are so special because then it's not going to church. It's not that church isn't important or the house of God isn't important, but it just makes it so much more real that God doesn't just live in this place. Yeah. There's a special, like, things that happen here because people gather together and we go after God together. And there's unity and there's family and there's healing. But that God will meet you all by yourself at a beach, in a gym. Yeah. And that's the greatest stories, that God can't be put in a box.
Yeah.
That God will pursue his children, you know, and he'll allow you to hit the rock bottom.
Yeah.
I mean, so you'll stop searching for everything else and search for him.
Yeah.
You know. But
that's what I was gonna add to it. Through my lens is be able to recognize when he's there, because I feel like a lot of us don't even recognize he's there, but he's showing us.
Yeah.
And it's like you said, through this pain.
yeah.
But if you don't allow yourself to feel it because you're numbing yourself, you're running from it, you're gonna miss him trying to grab you.
Yeah, yeah.
It's through that. In my opinion, at least for me, and what I seen with people here is like he comes through us through our pains.
Yeah.
That's how he gets us to get closer to him. So
Yeah.
if we just put numbing cream on it, then we're never gonna show up to the doctor, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like you got to show up to the doctor.
Yeah.
That's him.
Yeah, we
telling
talked
you.
about, remember we said even in our group, like pain is actually a gift.
Yeah.
Because there's certain people that are born with a rare disease where they don't feel any pain.
Yeah.
And most of the time those people end up leaving this earth early because when they are in pain, they don't take care of it. And I think that pain is really what God allows, so we'll run to him.
Yeah, it's good.
And we'll get healing and find healing in him, you know. So speaking of pain, from T-City Pain, T-Pain. I'm gonna give you a new name, T-Pain.
No.
No, we don't want that one. We like T-City.
Yeah.
So T-City came, this nickname came from the triangle.
Yes.
That you know, the famous triangle. I think we have the video of the famous triangle. We have to at least see it because I you know, Brave didn't know anything about you, and so we watched a few fights. Said you can only watch a little part. We had to watch the triangle,
Yeah.
and it got pretty bloody. So I had to pray for him afterwards from the nightmares. But do we have that? Do we have the moment, the grapple, the jump,
That's it's my nickname that I got through the Gracies. I was I was the reason why a lot of people signed up to the gym, because the Gracies were 6'4", 220 pounds. So if they choked you out, you're going to tell them it's because of their size advantage. But if a 14-year-old that weighs 110 pounds chokes you out and you're a 225-pound bodybuilder, you're going to think twice about this art.
You need to sign up for this gym.
And I was that guy for them.
Wow.
I would choke there's black
They
belts.
just have you come in and-
there's black belt instructors, even my strength and conditioning coach, all these guys that trained to the day because I was the guy that choked them out, that humbled them at 14. I was 14 years old, and these guys are fresh from the Marine Corps, or they can lift 5 plates, bench press. They look, you would size us up. You're like, come on, man. They would say, I don't want to hurt the little kid. And then Henry's like, okay, go ahead. And I'd go in there and just choke him out in 10, 15 seconds.
I wish we had that on footage.
Henry has some stuff, I'm sure. But
Is this one of the famous chokeouts or what?
so in time, I developed the ability to choke people with my legs. Because there's
So it started with like
misconception.
your
there's this
your
miscon-
arms,
there's-
right? And then it moved to your legs.
Well, my arms were never big enough to get these guys.
So
So I
you
had
had
to
to
use the
use-
next limb that was stronger. And there's
Creative.
there's this misconception in jiu-jitsu that, or in anyone, that if you're on the bottom of the fight, you're losing. Which to us in jiu-jitsu, that is the gift. Because we are in a situation where you think you're winning, but yet we can still finish you from here. And that was the ability that I had with these guys. I had no choice but to be on the bottom of the fight against my will. So I had to learn how to be comfortable and dangerous off my back.
And
Triangle
that's-
choke,
There it is.
Triangle City, and then it just stuck. It went from Triangle City, and it didn't fit one time when we were bowling because it was too long.
So you're a
I-
pretty good bowler,
so
I
I-
imagine. You have the
Nah,
shirt.
not really, but-
You put the bumpers up still?
No, I'll get a couple strikes.
No.
Oh, well, you want to compete? Let's
Yeah,
do it.
let's go. Let's go. I got a mean hook.
But I put T and then City so it fits. And then I fought later at 15, my first fight. And I said,
And it was all from the bowling.
call me T-City. Yeah, call me T-City.
T-City. See, this is the first time you've probably shared this on any podcast. No one knows where it really came from, the bowling.
Cause it sounds too long to say triangle. My name is Brian Triangle City Ortega.
Yeah, T-City.
Like, you already lost the height.
Yeah,
it's
you
gone.
lost it. It's
T-City,
good.
you know.
Do you have a nickname like that, Dave?
I do, but
Surf City?
Yeah, it's David.
Preach City?
Preach City. And
P City?
I choke people out.
Choke people out, choke demons out. And
Yeah.
Name of the Lord. Okay, let's play this. What are we watching? What?
Okay, Frank Yeager knockout is what kind of catapulted me to make history. He was the first guy that he's never been finished. He was a 155-pound champ. I took the fight on 2 weeks' notice again.
That one that
Yeah.
we just watched.
I accidentally took it.
You accidentally took it.
I was partying, and this is before here.
Yeah.
I was hungover, partied all night. I got a call, hey, Max, something's not gonna be able to fight for the belt, so main event, you and Frankie. I said, yeah. I fell back to sleep.
So you said yeah, not even while you were hungover.
Yeah, well, still technically drunk. I wake up later and it's all over the social media. And I was like, these people and their fake news. And then
Fake news.
I have my phone just blowing up, phone call this and that, and I'm like, oh, I was like, I ignored everyone. I was let me get going again. I flew back home.
Yeah, because you can't at this point say, "Oh, sorry guys, I was drunk."
Yeah.
No, I can't. I
Bad
can't.
look.
Yeah,
It's not a good
Especially the
look.
Dana, like, oh, sorry, just kidding.
yeah. Just
You said
kidding.
yes.
Don't
Yeah,
ever call me
I
again.
So then I got
There.
home and I was like, guys, what do we do? I said, I don't really want this fight. I go, this guy's a beast.
Is that why you didn't want it? Because he was
He's a beast. I go,
Yeah.
I don't want it on 2 weeks' notice. I weigh 180. I'm hungover like just yesterday. I go, jumped on the plane. I'm here now. And like, what do we do? One coach was like, oh no.
When you weigh 180, did you have to drop down, or you had
So
to?
145 in 2 weeks.
Ooh,
Yeah. So I've been partying nonstop.
bro, I can't even lose 5 pounds.
It's not losing, it's cutting. There's a difference.
I can't even.
I bet
That's
you
why
could
if-
with him.
If you see,
180.
if you see me in there, I look soft.
Bro, 180.
I look soft in that video.
145.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we got in a big argument because one coach was like, "Don't take it. I don't care what they say. If they whatever happens,
'cause
happens."
Yeah.
Another guy was like, "Let's do it. You got nothing to lose."
Except for the fight in your life.
And my
In your life,
my
yeah.
jiu-jitsu coach was like, "Bro, T-City on 2 weeks' notice is the best guy I've ever seen. Tavares fight." He goes, when you have less time to think about these fights, he goes, it's like a street fight. He goes, when it happens, do you say, wait, I got to prep? He goes, no, you just do your thing, and then that's it. He goes, this is the best for you. He goes, if I could just fight you on 2 weeks' notice your whole life, I would. I was like, bro, but this is Frankie Edgar. Like, the guy's a legend. We agreed to fight.
Well, you had already agreed.
And in my head, I'm like, and I was undefeated, so I go, here comes my first L.
So did you walk in thinking you were going to lose, or what, did you?
I
You
walked-
have to walk in thinking you're going to win, right?
I walked in happy because I had nothing to lose. I said the whole world already thinks I'm going to lose.
Okay, so it helped that you.
Yeah,
were
and I
supposed to lose.
remember in the back, warming everything, the warm up, everything. I remember having my headphones on and I was singing the song. I was dancing to the song, and I was just trying to get loose and just relax and have fun. Cause I'm dangerous when I'm having fun. The second I feel like it has to be a job or I get stiff or whatever, I don't do good. I have to have fun. I have to be free, fun, relax, almost like a good time. I have to be in a good mood. So there's this song that came out that was really, maybe as a man you don't want to take credit for jamming out to it. But I was jamming out to it. It's not a secret.
Taylor
I'll tell you.
Swift or what
Something
was it?
similar. but some guy was in there and I was like,
No. What's the song? You gotta say the song.
I'm gonna tell you.
Okay, yeah, because we might put it on.
I'm
just
in there
to
and I'm
see what-
moving and I'm like, and I'm flowing and I'm shadow boxing and the camera goes like, dude, what are you playing, man? Because you're zoned in. I was like, bro, I'm playing a song called "The Middle" by this girl. And it goes like, why don't you just meet me in the middle?
It's actually a decent song. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well, I don't know.
right? It's dope.
It's
it's a very
the
very
artist is
girly
called This
song.
Girl?
lyric,
about,
lyric, your daughter would love it.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like talking about
Yeah.
like meet me in the middle.
Yeah, so you're not listening to like metal.
No,
before
I'm not
you-
listening to rock, metal, rap, nothing. I'm listening
No,
to this
meet me
girl
in the
talking
middle.
about, I'm tired of arguing with you. Yeah, look,
You're listening to this,
Look.
picturing choking someone out. I can't.
I'm in
I
the back
can't.
room, 18,000 people out in the front,
and you're
waiting.
just trying to loosen
and I'm in the
yourself
back
up.
like this. Why don't you just meet me? And I'm just
Wow.
chilling. And I'm like, pa, 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 pa,
This
pa,
is the secret.
pa, pa, pa.
This is.
And in my head, I'm
It's got pretty
shadowboxing
good
to
vibes
the-
though,
Yeah,
but
it
you know,
does.
like
It
a
does.
like an '80s movie.
That
Yeah,
was
something
choking
like that.
someone out.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. Then the
doesn't
blood
go hand.
And I tell them what song it was, and they're like,
Killed their vibe.
it killed their vibe.
Yeah, they're
they
like,
walked
"All right,
out.
well, good
they
luck."
walked out. They're like, this guy's an idiot.
He's gonna
They're
die.
like, we genuinely
He's
thought you were
going
zoned
to
in. They go,
die.
no, you are the idiot who takes
Yeah,
fights on 2 weeks'
Something's
notice.
wrong with you. Yeah, you are one fry short.
And then I
But-
walk out. This happened in the first round. And the way I hit this move.
Well, we have to see it. Can you pull that back?
the
up?
way I hit this move was funny because I was watching Instagram and I follow this page called Tiger Muay Thai, and it showed some guy do an elbow, and I was like, whoa. I go, this is dope. I go, I'm gonna try it tomorrow. And I never practiced elbows, let alone on a 2-week camp. The 2-week camp is just run every day, lose as much weight as you can, like, and just eat nothing.
Jeez.
So I didn't really have time to train. And like I was arguing with one of my coaches and he just left me on my own. So I was calling Junior to come hold mitts for me and just work out with me. Because the coach that said no
That said no, didn't want to help you anymore.
didn't want us to help me because I went against his thing.
Mm.
But then when I won, he took all the credit.
Of course.
Oh.
But
He's probably not your coach anymore.
yeah, he's not.
We've moved on.
But so yeah, I was in there and I
Is
was
this it right here?
I said, so I threw the elbow and I saw him.
Pull it up.
I threw a little elbow right here, right before it. And I saw that on the Tiger Muay Thai page on Instagram. A little bit before now. That's already hurt.
Listening to this, don't fight you. Just walk
Now, if
away.
I'm listening to the
If
song.
this artist is watching,
If you pull up next to me and I'm bumping this, don't even
Yeah.
Don't even
do
try.
not run.
Because I will put you in the middle.
Yeah, you will find if that song comes on, and whoever the artist is, what is this artist?
I have no
I have no
idea.
idea. Don't act like you don't go to all her concerts.
what was
No,
it?
no, no, no.
front row.
I heard the song and I'm a song guy. If I like the song,
Zed?
then I go.
Oh, Zed.
But who's the girl?
It's Zed.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zed's awesome.
That's her.
Yeah.
I mean,
Is it-
I don't
wait,
listen to
Zed
her
is a
songs,
man,
but that's
right?
it.
Yeah, but he's just
Is
like
it a
the
girl or a
artist,
girl?
right?
Yeah.
He's the artist, but the girl is
Oh,
the
the
girl.
girl.
Yeah.
The-
I don't know.
It's the singer. Well,
It's the whole thing
It's
they
that
did together.
vibe. It's the vibe.
Yeah, it's a vibe.
It's the vibe. What
You
playlist
won.
did you find this on?
You won. That's all that.
Did you just type in? What'd you type in on your
hear
iPhone
things
to find
you
it?
hear things on the radio or
And you save 'em.
Instagram or whatever,
You
and I'm
save
like,
'em.
oh, what's that song? Or someone posts it on their story,
Yeah.
listening to it. So then I Shazam it. and I was
Okay, so then you get this playlist. So the T City playlist
Is this
before fights. We need to hear that. We need that. We need the T City
It's
Spotify
it's
list
this, and
because
then
it's
it-
saved ones.
It
that you-
goes up and
yeah,
down.
Yeah, it's
Michael Jackson.
Okay.
Wrecking Ball by Miley Cyrus.
No,
For
no, no,
sure. I know it does. After that song,
Yeah.
If you listen
Yeah.
to all my stuff,
Now you know.
if you notice, like the common thing that I have with all my songs, they're songs that make you feel good and want to dance.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it is.
You have to show him some Fearless Band songs because I don't think he's even heard them.
Like,
you
if
know
it
what
has
I'm
a
saying?
good beat and it makes you wanna
like
dance
what
and,
about
like, be happy?
the Fearless Band song?
That's it. I'm there.
You know, some of the stuff from our EDM days. That's the ones he's gonna like.
Like one I've been listening to recently in training hard is this song called Promise. Again, it's like
No, not that. Yeah, not that. Let me see, Josh. Pull it on here. Let me say. You have to hear this one because I feel like this is gonna be your next knockout song. Go to We Are Fearless. This is the section of time when we probably jump around or let's see. That's Josh singing right there.
I like songs like this.
Yeah, or
Ooh, okay.
has to be a girl singing, I think.
Yeah.
I don't want you to get too excited and start choking me out. Just for the record, don't destroy me.
Yeah, see, that's my wife. Yeah, we just.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Anyways,
So
amazing.
There's a new one. I think I might. It's called "I Promise" by the Knox.
I promise by the Knox. Let's see it. Let's
You gotta
see.
wait for the beat to drop.
This. I
But
feel like this is gonna get. Here
If I don't
before
get
he
out, I'm
kills
gonna
someone.
choke someone.
This song was on my
Someone's
friend's.
being bloody.
This song was on my friend's Instagram story. He was. I still remember he did it to some sushi. His name is Jitesh, and he did it to some sushi, and I was like, oh, that song.
Wow.
I've been stuck on this. I'm still stuck on it.
Is it the Walkout song?
Huh? No, I don't know about that one. It's more like warm up, right? Well,
Yeah, you can't walk out
The
to this
walkout
one.
one does have to be a little.
Yeah, you have to
know?
pretend at
Yeah,
least.
if you walk out with that, they're just gonna be like, all right, just go home.
Go home,
Oh,
take this
no,
guy out of
no.
here. You know that movie
One of-
Warrior? The
one of
guy
my
would
last
walk out
walkouts
to
was
nothing.
though.
What was it?
I thought of it came out on one of the best walkouts in UFC history. Have you seen the movie The Purge?
Yeah.
So
The Alarm?
when I was in training camp, I had I said all these things happen in my life. So I was in an apartment because I let the mother of my children keep the house for them, and I had to find. I was with my friend, and I didn't like being up there with them, so I found the next best thing, which was an apartment while I wait, train, and then fight, make my money, then buy my house. So I'm in there, and I can't stand this neighbor upstairs. Because it's 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning. It doesn't matter what, they're always stomping. And if when you're in training camp, I'm like, I need you to be quiet. Like, stop waking me up. So I was angry. And then I was like, man, if the purge was real, I'd come upstairs right now and just like, I'll take care of you. And that's gonna hit me. I was like, bro, what about a walkout song? To a walkout with the
Siren?
mask. But it's like a techno kind of one, and
Yeah, I think I've heard this one.
And it
The
came,
Techno Purge?
oh, and it had nothing. It had nothing against, well, because we can't wear any products. If it has a brand on it, we're like, you can't. So I said, this is cheap $10 mask, has no brand, and the song is already on Spotify. I go, let's do it, and I did it, and it one of
So
the best.
you wore a Purge mask on the way
We need
out.
to see it. I need to see it.
Dude, it was
This-
dope.
this
Look
has to
look
be
up
on.
Brian Ortega walkout. Even in my head, I was like shooting people who had the mask. I was like,
Yeah.
I was like,
You're just living your best life. About to go choke someone out.
The purge is not legal. I just want to clarify that.
No,
you
no,
know
absolutely.
That. Okay,
But-
cool. This is it?
yeah.
Oh, wow. That is cool.
Here is your title challenger for featherweight.
Yeah. We need to keep him happy.
Squeeze a little too hard.
Hey, but again, thank you
Start fucking the crowd.
thank you for
Mosh pit.
thank you for being honest, open, sharing your testimony, bro. There's so many people that are watching this, that are being touched by this right now. So many men out there that look up to you and see what you do in the octagon and see what you've done and what you've accomplished. But then even at the height of all that, there was just the greatest thing you were missing. And to know that no matter where you're at, it's like we all need God. But that God in his greatness showed up to you and gave you a second chance. And I think those people out there watching, if you're watching this and you need a second chance, you're crying out for God to meet you. He's crying out to you through this podcast right now. And I want to tell you right now, this podcast is called Declare War on Fear. Wrote a whole book on being fearless. And Brian had to be fearless through many moments in his life to pursue that perfect love that cast out all fear. And so right now, if you're dealing with anxiety, depression, even suicidal thoughts, we've all been there. A lot of people have been there. Even I think everyone that's on this podcast has walked through those thoughts. And fear is only attacking you because it's more afraid of you than you are of it. And it's trying to stop you from the destiny that God has for you. And so I just encourage you today, as you're watching this, take a moment to pray, take a moment to, ask God, show up in my life. Maybe right there where you're at, get down on your knees in the middle of your room or wherever you're watching this from. And like Brian, invite him into your life, invite God into the center of your life, and you watch what God can do with a second chance. I just encourage you to give that to him today and to declare war on fear. God bless you. Thanks for joining us. And man, that was awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you.
Let's go. We're out.
You have planted a church in downtown Los Angeles.
Yeah. It is now in downtown.
It is now.
It's been all over
Okay.
Los Angeles, but
And the
now
name of the
downtown.
church is?
Fearless LA.
Fearless LA.
Yeah.
Why did you name it Fearless?
Jeremiah 1:10, that God has set me apart, that he's called me as a prophet to the nations, that he's going to put his words in my mouth, and that when I speak, I'm going to rebuild, I'm going to tear down, I'm going to destroy, and I'm going to plant. And I would read that until I believed it. I would read that, and his word gives you faith, and faith is the biggest antidote to fear. Faith conquers fear every time. And I know that the enemy is coming, and he's saying he's going to destroy you, he's going to rob you, but I guarantee there's a generation that's about to rise up in this church that says, I declare war on fear. I'm going to become fear's greatest fear. The Bible says the truth will set you free. Not your truth, God's truth. Not relative truth, not subjective truth,